Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Hey there, good morning. It is 9 a.m. on this Saturday, October 25th, and we have been talking about a lot of rain that finally got here, right? But one of the problems that it also brings is pollen and mold and all these allergens.
Exactly. Every time we get good rain, the molds usually spike, and that's the case today in the pollen count. Take a look at your screen. Molds are high, past 1,600. Ragweed is present in low amounts, though. A lot of that ragweed got washed out because of the rain. And as we take a look at the current rain situation, you can see that we've really only got some isolated showers left over. Rain is really going to be isolated for the rest of the midday hours here. By the afternoon, we'll have another chance for a few downpours. Generally, this was really good rain around San Antonio, about 1 to 3 inches of rain. But up in northern Comal County, last night around midnight, there was a tornado warning, and there are reports of some damage in that area. We've got reporters out there covering that. And then there was quite a bit of hail out near Pleasanton and some hail out near Del Rio as well, in addition to some very good and much needed rain for Del Rio. Looking at the headlines, what do you need to know? Well, for the rest of the day, we're going to have a midday break in the rain, but in the afternoon, there is still a chance of redevelopment. Only about 40% chance of storms, so not as widespread as last night, but any storms that develop would be capable of hail, perhaps some street flooding and gusty winds, so we still have to be on alert this afternoon. But beyond this afternoon, we'll have a nice Sunday, and then in the week ahead, a real cool front before Halloween. I'll have those details on Crisp Cool Mornings coming up. Patty.
All right, thanks so much. And as this potential for continuing rain follows throughout the day, we want to keep an eye on the roads. You're taking a look at 1604 at Huebner. Traffic moving along very nicely, but you can see there's a little bit of glare on the road. That means the roads are still wet. So if you're heading out this morning, just make sure that you're driving with caution and, of course, looking out for any puddles that might cause you to have a fender bender. And that storm brought in some strong winds to the area of North Canyon Lake. Our Devin Karp is out there this morning to show us some of the damage that it caused. And Devin, I heard you talking to some folks out there.
Yeah, Patty, we were speaking with some neighbors who said that around 2 in the morning or so, it felt like there was what felt like a tornado that went through yet. Now, we're still waiting official meteorological confirmation on that, but check out some of the damage that it left at one time here. We've got a house over here where I just spoke with some of the people staying over there. They were telling me a little bit about, check out that tree that's down in the front over there, and then check out some of what's happened over here as well. I'm going to zoom in if you guys can see it, but that is a tree with the roots that have been torn up from the ground. Now, they are a little bit shallow, the homeowner says. They weren't sure if they were expecting something like this here for the future, but this is something that we are going to be keeping an eye on here as we see some of these crews go out and about into the Indian Hills neighborhood right over here in Canyon Lake. So far, we know that there are a lot of people who currently do have some power outages at the moment. Neighbors have been coming and driving around, checking on each other. One big area that we've seen is cause for concern right now is over at the corner of 281 and 306. That's where we've got a downed power line that's right over there, stopping people from getting onto the highway specifically. So if you're headed over that way, there are crews in the area who are working to fix the issue as much as they can, but there is probably going to be a little bit of a backup as they work on that road closure to continue to make everything is okay. Now, closer to San Antonio, you can go to bearfloods.org. That's going to be able to show you some of the troubled spots around some of the roads and areas in town over here. If we take a look at the tire cam, you can see right now that the roads are still a little damp, but mostly dry. We have not seen any raindrops or major continuing rain that is still falling throughout here for the rest of the time. We're going to stay with this for the rest of GMSA right over here. And if you have anything that you'd like us to see, whether it's damage from the storms or something that if you're not sure what it looked like overnight, feel free to let us know. You can go through KSAT Connect. That's one of the best ways we can stay updated with you guys throughout the viewing area to make sure that we know what's happening around San Antonio. For now, I'll go ahead and I'll send it back to y'all live in Comal County. I'm Devin Karp, KSAT 12 News.
All right, thanks, Devin. And here's a look at some of the rain. Oh my gosh, look at that lightning, beautiful lightning, and some of the rain that we got here in the San Antonio area overnight. This is some video that our viewers sent us through KSAT Connect. You can see some of the heavy, it looks like hail, small hail pieces that are following in, but a lot of rain, of course, coming in through this morning. And we have some viewers who sent us a house fire in Bernie in Lasso Falls last night. You can just see how they're a little bit of a distance, but you can see see it's pretty intense there. We are reaching out to authorities this morning to figure out exactly what caused that fire and to find out if there are any injuries. We have also been monitoring the outages through the CPS Energy area. Right now, 59 outages, reporting about 27 customers that are affected. And you can see this is throughout the San Antonio area. So if you're waking up this morning and unable to see us, or maybe you're watching us through the cell phone, this is what's going on out there because of the storms that moved in and bringing some outages to us. Okay, and this morning, a 19-year-old is in the hospital with serious injuries after a crash on Highway 90 just overnight. San Antonio police say the driver lost control while heading westbound in the main lanes during the rainy condition. The passenger was rushed to the hospital and the driver was found to be driving under the influence. We're going to update you on air and, of course, on KSAT.com as we learn more about that person. Project Marvel's land bridge, meant to connect Hemisphere to the new Spurs Arena over I-35, is still in a limbo. City leaders say funding is still uncertain. The firm behind it has spoken with the state and federal transportation officials. San Antonio got nearly $6 million in grants to plan East Downtown connections, but new funding for these grants has stopped since 2021. City Manager Eric Walsh says the land bridge could come back on the table, but it's going to take some coordination with the transportation authorities. Planning could start in 2028, with construction possibly beginning in 2029 or maybe even later. And the San Antonio Fire Department has closed part of East Commerce Street downtown because of a weakened construction scaffolding. We checked it out overnight during the heavy rains, and it is still intact. The closure is between North Flores and Soledad Street, and it could last a while. Firefighters responded to reports that the scaffolding was about to collapse, so they cleared the area to keep everyone safe. Contractors are working to fix and take down that scaffolding. The good news is no one was hurt. New Braunfels middle and high school students will soon get their libraries back on Monday. The district temporarily locked up the books to make sure they follow a new state law. They are looking at 81 books a little more closely. The closure sparked a heated debate at the school board meeting. Students told board members that some kids only get their books through the school library. Others defended the move, saying some books aren't right for young readers. The list of books under review is now on the district's website for parents and for teachers to review. Hey there, good morning, Alamo Heights. Your time right now is 9:07, 64 degrees out there. Halloween is almost here, but San Antonio police kicked off the fun early with their third annual Trunk or Treat. We're going to show you the cutest costumes ever and all the candy that was given away next. And this week's pickup lines, our Ernie Zuniga chats with San Antonio chef Jason Dady about his 25 years in business and his exciting new River Walk project. Stay tuned.
All right, outside, live cam. We're only seeing spotty rain around San Antonio after a night of 1 to 3 inches of much needed rainfall in the Alamo City. I'll have the latest on the return of a few afternoon storms coming up.
And we're taking a look at the road conditions out there. 281 at Hildebrand. The roads are still wet this morning and the rain is going to continue, so you're going to want to be careful out there. We're going to stay on top of the conditions out there for you. Time right now, 9:14. This week on Pickup Lines, a candid conversation with San Antonio award-winning chef Jason Dady. He is celebrating 25 years in the culinary business in 2025. Dady was born in Nebraska and did not move to Texas until he was in the 7th grade. But in the last quarter century, by his estimate, Dady has opened or created more than 24 restaurants and concepts. His latest includes big plans for a popular area along the River Walk he's called Mexico, quote, City.
25,000 square foot of everything that you love about the food of Mexico, coast to coast, top to bottom, north to south. So it's my passion project, and I cannot wait to show everybody because it's taking a long time,
Man.
But it's going to be amazing.
And you can watch the latest episode of Pickup Lines on for free on KSAT Plus app, or you can watch it right now on KSAT.com. Just search Pickup Lines. Well, Halloween is a week away, but San Antonio Police and the Peru Station is kicking off the season early. Take a look at all those little adorable superheroes and princesses. This with the 3rd annual Trunk or Treat event at UTSA Park West Athletic Complex last night. More than 200 kids showed up for it. There were area businesses, police officers, and other community supporters there to hand out candy. And of course, there was a best costume contest at the end. Well, San Antonio ISD is moving forward with its next phase of its right-sizing plans, efforts following the closure of more than a dozen campuses. Today, the district will host 2 reimagined community meetings on campuses that are set to get new tenants soon. In September, the district put out a call for businesses to answer its request for proposal. During the community meetings, people will have a chance to tour the facilities, hear the presentations from organizations being considered, and of course, ask questions. Muerto Fest is underway this weekend. It is one of the largest festivals in the nation, and it's right here in San Antonio. If you cannot go, you can still be a part of the tradition without ever leaving your home. KSAT will air a special rebroadcast of the event next Wednesday, so join Ernie Zuniga, Sarah Acosta, and SA Live's Jen Tobias Strusky on October 29th at 8 p.m. You can also head to KSAT.com to read everything you need to know before you head to Muerto Fest. And you don't have to worry about parking when you get there, because VIA is offering free park and ride services at the locations listed on your screen from 3 to 9 p.m. Return trips go all the way to midnight. Bus rides are free, and this is all, of course, in honor of Make a Difference Day. Bus fares resume tomorrow. Only 2 locations will offer park and ride services. The park and ride fare is $2.60 for a round trip. It is cheaper for students and, of course, military members. Trips to events will run from noon until 7, and return trips will run all the way until 11.
All right, as we're taking a look at the authority radar, we do have some lingering rain in the area. You can see that there's some lingering rain near Windcrest and down toward downtown San Antonio. Flashes of lightning as well. Also right near Rio Medina, we have a flash of lightning. This isolated thunder shower is approaching the Helotes area. It's moving to the northeast at about 40 miles per hour. So Helotes, it'll be in your backyard at 9:30. We've also got a shower out near Bandera. These are just some lingering rain showers around the area. For the most part, last night was really just about beneficial rain in San Antonio, but there's been one area that we're continuing to monitor for extensive damage. That's in northern Comal County. I want to show you what we were looking at last night. Last night around midnight, there was a tornado warning in northern Comal County. And here's what we were seeing on our debris detector. This is just near midnight. Anywhere you see this blue dot right there, as it moved through 306, right there all the way out to Canyon Lake High School, that is the potential debris detector. So some tree limbs and things like that lofted up into the sky. So we're going to continue to watch that and be in that area as we have a reporter, Devin Karp, out there. In about 15 minutes, he's going to have a live report from that area. Again, that was last night. Right now, it's completely quiet in that area. And we also had some hail down near Pleasanton and some hail also out near Del Rio. Right now we've just got some rain lingering in Sabinal. And as I mentioned, though, for the most part, this was a really good rainfall event. Take a look at how much rain fell last night and this morning around San Antonio. Anywhere you see the green color, that's at least an inch of rain. So still some very beneficial rain wherever you see that green color, all the way up to Bernie. But really where the good amount of rain is in these oranges and yellow colors. This is 2 to 4 inches of rain on the south side of Bexar County and in Medina County, with some bullseyes here from Sabinal all the way out to Hondo of about 4 to 5 inches of rainfall. I mentioned this area in southern Bexar County and in Medina County because this is where drought is absolutely its worst. So we are seeing the rainfall where it needed to, 2 to 3 inches of much needed rain. We're going to see some improvement in the drought. Let's take a look at the futurecast. So as I mentioned, we've just got a few isolated downpours out there right now. Looking for the rest of the day, we're going to enjoy a little bit of a break from the rain. But then as we head into the later afternoon hours, some redevelopment of rain is possible around San Antonio, particularly though east of San Antonio and up toward Austin. It's in this area that we could have some severe weather. That's where the severe threat is, mainly east of San Antonio, and any storms that develop after 4 p.m. could produce large hail and gusty winds. That's what we're going to be watching for. Again, not as widespread as what we saw last night, but it's still something that we have to pay close attention to. So looking at your KSAT 12-hour forecast for the day, we'll enjoy this break from the rain here, and then into the afternoon, that's when we have a 40% chance of a few possibly severe storms. High temperature of 80 degrees. Then as we look ahead in the long term, tomorrow's going to be a warm day. Tomorrow and Monday are going to be warm, but beyond that, on Tuesday, a cool front is going to move through, and this cool front is going to bring us some of the coolest weather we have seen so far this season. So take a look at the 7-day forecast here as I bring it up for you. You can see again, warm tomorrow, warm Monday, and then that front allows for mornings in the 50s, afternoons in the 70s, a real deal cool front as we celebrate Halloween on Friday. It's going to actually feel like fall.
It's great because I know a lot of kids have those heavy, hot costumes, so this is going to be nice for them not to be sweating.
Yeah, they won't necessarily be chilly, but they won't be sweaty. That's the important part.
All right, thanks so much, Sarah. We'll be right back. Time right now, 9:25. Here's some good news for San Antonio families. University Health and Bexar County are hosting a free drive-through flu shot event today. This is the 6th year they've teamed up to make it easy for everyone to get protected. The flu shot event is open to adults and kids 6 months and older, but you're going to need to register before you go. It runs this morning until noon at the Gustafson Stadium. And just a heads up, by the way, COVID vaccines will not be available, but this is a simple way to keep you and your family healthy this season. For more information, check out ksatcommunity.com. Hey there, good morning, San Antonio. Your time right now is 9:26, 65 degrees out there. As Military City USA, we stand with our troops, but the government shutdown has some worried about paychecks. Stay with us to find out which companies are offering special discounts to help service members. Plus, a rabid skunk was found near a San Antonio neighborhood, and officials are urging caution. In the next half hour, we're going to tell you how to protect your family and your pets from rabies. Hey there, good morning. Happy Saturday. It is 9:30 on October 25th. And Sarah, we got a lot of rain. Now it's starting to slow down, but it's going to make a comeback.
Yeah, and there still are some neighborhoods that are getting some rain right now. It's just more isolated than it was overnight. Overnight, we had 1 to 3 inches of rain, Patty. That's the most rain we've seen in San Antonio in about 45 days. Now, take a look at your screen here on the Authority radar. You can still see that there are some areas of showers and even some rumbles of thunder on the northwest side right now, near Taft High School on the west side, near SeaWorld, near Helotes. We've got a shower. The shower is quickly moving to the northeast at about 40 miles per hour. So it'll be at that I-10 corridor here, like the rim area by in about 10 minutes. Up near Stone Oak by about 9:45 in 15 minutes. But again, generally this was much needed and good rain in San Antonio. There has been, however, lots of reports of damage in northern Comal County, pretty much along 306 here north of the lake, Canyon Lake. We've got a reporter, Devin Karp, out there. He's got the latest coming up in just a bit. But as far as our weather goes, the thing to keep in mind is today, throughout the rest of this morning, just a few isolated isolated downpours, and we'll have a break from the storms during the midday hours. And then in the afternoon, there is the potential for some redevelopment of downpours. However, the chance of rain is 40%, so a lot less than what we were seeing in the overnight hours. But if a storm can get going, it once again could be severe with hail, gusty winds, and perhaps even some street flooding. The biggest and most impressive thing in our forecast beyond today's rain chance is the chance for a cool down before Halloween. So we'll be talking about that in a bit. But for the rest of your weekend, again, high temperature today of 80 degrees, 40% chance in the afternoon for a few downpours, and then 85 tomorrow, sunny, pleasant. But then mornings in the 50s this week. The latest on that coming up in just a bit.
All right, Sarah, and as you said, there were some reports of damage in the northern Comal County area near Canyon Lake. That's near FM 306 and 281. Our Devin Karp has been driving around checking in on neighbors in that area. Devin, what have you found?
Yeah, Patty, this is one of the worst backyards that we've seen over here. We're at a house off of High Drive over here in the Indian Hills neighborhood. That's right off of 281 and 306 when you were mentioning early. Check out the damage it's done to this house right here. The homeowners told me that they felt the house shaking violently, like the roof was almost going to come off at one point early last night when they said that this 200-year-old tree they've had in their backyard forever has now split. There's a small hole in the roof I want you guys to be able to see. If you also look over here, you can see some of their kayaks that have blown up and fallen on top of that shed as well. You can see just some of the branches here. And the other interesting thing about this is you can directly see a path of where some part of the storm came through last night. Check out the branches of these trees going right over here to that side over there. You can see them go through there. We even had these neighbors tell us that they had one of their other neighbors' kayaks fly into the back of those trees over well. They say right now they're just worried about how they're going to be able to take care of everything now that it's happened over here. You can even see there's the fence over as well being knocked off over there. So this is something that I know neighbors in this area say they're worried about what's going to happen for the future when the next time something rolls through, and that they were expecting something overnight, but not something to this magnitude. We're going to stay on top of this for the rest of the morning here on GMSA and have more coming up for later on, as well as KSAT.com. Speaking with homeowners, seeing how they're going to make their way through and seeing what's to come next for this community. For now, I'll go ahead and I'll send it back to y'all live in Comal County. I'm Devin Karp, KSAT 12 News.
All right, thanks so much, Devin. Well, San Antonio officials are urging caution after a rabid skunk was found near a family's home off Bitters Road and Wood Valley Drive. And listen to this. Last week, a 7-year-old child was exposed to that skunk, prompting San Antonio Animal Care Services and the Metropolitan Health District to remind residents to be really careful around wildlife. So far this year, Bexar County saw 18 confirmed cases of animal rabies, mostly in bats. Officials say it is important to avoid touching or handling any wildlife, including bats, coyotes, raccoons, and skunks. Parents are really encouraged to teach children to stay away from wild or unknown animals and to tell any adult immediately if they see or touch one. Bat bites can be hard to see, so quick medical treatment is crucial. Pet owners should make sure that their dogs and cats are up to date on rabies vaccinations, one of the best ways to protect against the disease. Now, if you or your pet encounter wildlife, report it right away to animal control, and San Antonio residents can call 311, while those outside city limits should call the Bexar County Animal Control. That number is 210-335-9000. Officials also remind pet owners to keep pets that may have been exposed to rabid animals confined to prevent spread. Now, if a rabid animal is inside a home or building, try to keep it contained without touching it and wait for animal control to arrive. And for pet owners looking to stay protected, San Antonio Animal Care Services is hosting a free vaccination and microchipping clinic today from 9 to 11 a.m. at the Paul Jolly Center for Pet Adoptions. The first 100 pet owners will receive free rabies shots and other core vaccinations plus microchips. Okay, listen to this. So far, 55,194 people have voted during early voting right here in Bexar County alone. And KSAT is your election headquarters. Some important dates right there on your screen that you need to know about. Early voting is still underway all of next week till the end of the month, October 31st, with Election Day, November 4th. And we have more information on the amendment propositions, along with our other election coverage, sample ballots, and polling locations hours right now on ksat.com/vote. We are proud to say that we are Military City, USA, but the ongoing government shutdown is leaving some military and federal workers uncertain about their next paychecks. Our Stephanie Cerna tells us which companies offer special discounts to service members.
I've been in a military family and a federal family now my entire life.
Lisa Gill from Consumer Reports knows firsthand how a government shutdown can affect families. Her dad, Charles Gill, is a veteran who served in the Vietnam War.
You are thrust into the moment of every penny counts because your cash flow is uncertain.
And that's a reality millions of Americans are feeling right now. But there's some relief. Many businesses are offering discounts to help stretch every dollar.
Many retailers, big and small, and even some restaurants offer discounts for all kinds of positions. And that includes first responders, teachers, nurses, active military, and even veterans. And they may not advertise these discounts very well, so it always pays to ask.
Home improvement stores like Home Depot and Lowe's offer 10% off many purchases. Clothing brands such as Under Armour, LL Bean, and Columbia give military and first responders similar breaks. Cell phone carriers, including Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile, offer monthly plan discounts. And you may find savings at restaurants, too. Chains like Outback Steakhouse have discounts year-round for those who serve, from military members to medical staff. To prove your status, you'll usually need a military ID or a government-issued ID for first responders. A lot of companies now verify your eligibility online. And an important reminder, if you are active duty and at risk of default on your loans, the Service Members Civil Relief Act might help. It puts some protections in place that make it difficult for things like foreclosure, eviction, or car repossession to happen during this time. In some cases, you may also be able to end a home or car lease, depending on your situation. Stephanie Cerna, KSAT 12 News.
Okay, so just about everything feels more expensive right now, and Halloween candy is no exception. Shopping experts say we can expect to see fewer seasonal treats overall this year. According to Wells Fargo, cocoa prices have more than doubled since early 2024. And when it comes to costumes, you might consider going secondhand at places like Goodwill or the Salvation Army. It's usually a pretty steep discount for something that may have only been worn once or twice. Hey there, good morning, Castroville. The time right now is 9:38, 65 degrees out there. Looking for a new fuzzy friend this fall? Well, this weekend, the San Antonio Humane Society is waiving all cat adoption fees. After the break, we're going to share how you can bring these adorable pets home. Plus, get ready to see the new May Stanley Silverback Peak at the San Antonio Zoo. I can't wait. How you can get an up-close look with the rare gorillas from every angle.
And there are still some spotty storms out there in places. For the most part, though, we are going to have a little bit of a break in the rain until this afternoon. I'll be back with a look at how much rain fell around San Antonio and your pictures and videos sent in to KSAT Connect.
Welcome back, 9:45 right now. We take a look inside the new May Stanley Silverback Peak, a 70-foot tower in the Congo Falls habitat at the San Antonio Zoo. This 2-acre space will soon welcome 8 western lowland gorillas. Our Andrew Wilson shows us how visitors will get unique 360-degree views of these critically endangered animals from above, below, and all around.
We are standing inside May's Family Silverback Peak in Congo Falls habitat. We are actually where gorillas are going to be in not too long of a period of time. This is a 70-plus foot tower. It's exactly what you see when you're driving by on 281. The Congo Falls is a 2-acre habitat that will be home to 8 western lowland gorillas. We are going to have a bachelor troop of 4, and we're going to have a family group of 1 male silverback and 3 females. And as part of our conservation, we are going to have those gorillas as part of the species survival survival plan, or the SSP, and we hope to have gorilla babies in short time period. And inside, you're going to have the opportunity to have 360-degree views of gorillas. You'll be able to see them from above in the trail system that we have. One trail up overhead for guests and one trail up overhead for gorillas. You'll also be able to see them at the ground level, but you're also going to be able to see them from our underground viewing. Gorillas are a critically endangered species, and we here at San Antonio Zoo are so excited to be able to have our conservation and our animal care specialists working to help preserve this species. We're really excited to be home to 8 western lowland gorillas.
All right, exciting times at the zoo. I want to start with a look at your pictures and videos sent into KSAT Connect. This is out in Bergheim. Thank you, Jill, for sending in this picture. A snap tree there. We did have a line of very heavy winds moving through that area in Kendall County overnight. Mostly, though, we're seeing some really good pictures of some rain gauges here. This is in San Antonio, 2¼ inch of rain. I love this one. This is from Allie, our local meteorologist, Pork Chop the dog, showing last night's rainfall. Of course, there were also some areas of hail. Take a look at this hail that piled up in Pleasanton. Almost looks like snow. That happened last night as well. There was also some hail out near Del Rio. Miss G, thank you for sending in these pictures here. If you have more pictures that you'd like to send us, please do so on KSAT Connect. You are our eyes on the ground. As we take a look at the authority radar right now, around San Antonio, it is relatively quiet. We've got a shower pushing through northern Bexar County, but I am watching very carefully this storm right now, which is just north of Sabinal. It has pulsed up a little bit. It's not necessarily a severe storm with damaging quarter-sized hail, but I would not be surprised if there was some very small hail here just north of D'Hanis as it's moving into Medina County. Let's go ahead and get some street views here. There's FM 1796, so just south of that, that's where we've got a potential hail core. Right now it's just small hail, but we'll have to watch and see if it pulses up. Let's put a time frame on this. This is moving to the northwest at about, northeast rather, at about 40 miles per hour. If it can hold together and make it to Medina Lake area, it would be there by 10:15. In the next 30 minutes or so, there could be some small hail near Medina Lake. And then if it holds on, perhaps even northwestern Bexar County, Leon Springs area, 10:45. That's a big if, though, because most of the rain right now has been pulsing up and pulsing down. And you can see, though, that for the most part, we're enjoying a bit of a break from the rain around San Antonio. And take a look at how much rain fell around the Alamo City. This area in yellow here around the Alamo City has seen more than 2 inches of rain. Neighborhoods like Kirby, Memorial High School area, Brackenridge High School area, Southside, San Jose, Mission San Jose, Mission San Juan, and even in the Greens, where there's been a little bit less rain, still an abundance of rainfall. About 1 inch of rain has fallen in those areas. So again, I'm really just watching this one storm that's passed into Medina County to see if it pulses down or if it makes it to San Antonio. We'll keep you posted. For the most part, though, the biggest thing you need to know is that there is going to be another chance for some rain later on today. 40% chance in the afternoon for a few strong storms, the highest chance of which is east of San Antonio, but it's still something we'll be watching. Then our attention turns into the long term because it's going to be warm tomorrow near 85, warm on Monday near 90, but then a cool front moves through and allows for our first real deal cooler air of the season, especially by Wednesday morning. Take a look at these temperatures in the next several days. Again, tomorrow it'll be warm. It'll be near 85 tomorrow, 90 on Monday, and then that front moves through. And for the first time this season, we see mornings dip into the 50s. That's cool. That's sweater weather. And then in the afternoon, our highs will be in the 70s Wednesday and Thursday. What about Halloween? Next Friday looks good. We're going to have a cool morning, an afternoon near 80 degrees, and then right around trick-or-treating, I think we'll probably see temperatures falling into the 60s. We'll be back with more news after the break.